Hey all, welcome, Circular Tone. Back at it again, this time with the 9-inch nails. His own words said that there's no point in you trying to get his guitar sound because it's almost impossible. I'll just go to the very bones of what they used on the downward spiral era. They went through a JMP-1, regular Marshall preamp, that would sometimes go into a Zoom, was it 9030, but only to use for the speaker simulator. That would often go into a Neve preamp, and then that would be put through a really primitive synth, like one of the earliest VST style synths called turbo synth. And then he'd only use the wave shaper aspect of it. So basically, if you have a frequency, it's basically a harmonic distortion, right? So you can get a frequency that shapes, so you can get the same, you can put it through it and have different frequencies pop up, but using the same note in some sort of weird distortion. So it's hard to explain, but I think that's the gist of it. So, and he also used an old Zoom 9002. He'd use Demeter preamps, he'd use all sorts of stuff, but what's the point when you can't actually render it live anyway? And he used a Les Paul. Usually he had this one white Les Paul that he didn't smash up. On tour, he literally smashed dozens of guitars on one tour. So yeah, most of 9-inch nail stuff is very interesting, is direct, right? So no amps, no speakers, no miking up. But I think it's come around to bite him in the ass, because since this period, what did they have? It was going down to tape. It was going through Neve preamps. It was going through all this old vintage gear, and that the noise flow tends to be more forgiving in that aspect of it, because now he's going direct, and he's kind of lost his edge. It's too much information, because he's using I saw him working with Queens of the Stone Age, and he's using these old amp sims and VSTs, and it's just it's not something that good. And that was like 20 years ago, so he's still in his downward spiral, in my opinion, when it comes to production. The production of this album is interesting because he went to about 15 different places all over Los Angeles, and for once he was given a budget. So he thought, instead of renting the gear, he'd just buy it. So he bought his own console and computer and all the preamps and things like that. And he set up in the same place, I think it's the same place where the Red Hot Chili Peppers recorded Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic, in the Manson house. Grisly murders took place. He said he didn't think it was haunted, but he said that there were a lot of electrical disturbances going on in there. And he also broke the floor, because his actual performances, especially vocals, were mood-based. So he'd work himself up and he'd slam the floor with a mic stand and really, really get into it. Really, he didn't want to fake it, because this project, Downward Spiral, was big to him, because he even said, like, it needs repeat listening to if you're a listener. And it is deep. It's a deep album. Just listen to March of the Pigs, how it builds. The tension keeps on getting ramped up. It's not even verse, chorus, whatever. It's just one song of just aggression, spit, vinegar, and what an album, man. And what a guy. It's just an absolute hero. I mean, some of the neckbeards know that if you see him live back in the day, it was an event. It was insane. Even just being in a nightclub back in the day, there was this, like, they used to have heavy metal nights, I think it was on a Thursday night in downtown Swansea when I was a teenager, and this song would come on, Head Like a Hole, and the whole place would erupt. It was almost like a bit of a pastime. Everybody was waiting for that one song to come on. They'd play Pantera, they'd play, whatever's going on, Sepultura. But when that specific song came on, the whole place was just party central. The days have gone. Those days have gone. But we can look back, maybe try and nudge the ship of modern production back into a new stream, you know what I mean? Because everybody's doing it the Trent Reznor way now, where one man computer, digital, everything snapped to a grid, and we are not connecting with the listening public. There's guitarists just showing each other guitarists their music, and then nobody really cares. So for a full list of all the gear that they used in that era, just check out the description. It'll all be there. But one thing to take from this is break the floor. He broke the floor in that house and in that studio. Give it some whaley, as they say in Wales. So I hope you guys like that. Trent, if you're watching, maybe rethink tech. I know people say it's the DAW era is how the professionals do it, but what hits? What all these producers on YouTube, what hits have they had? The ones that are throwing the VSTs around, what hits have they had? Have they had one in the past 40 years? And thanks to my patrons of Tone, some of you guys, Richard P and Co, you're all hanging on, you're clinging to my channel, even though I haven't been really uploading that much. But I will be uploading a lot more now. Why haven't I uploaded recently? Living life, bro. But yeah, lots of new stuff coming. I also got an exclusive. I got some new microphones. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know that I am a huge Sterling Audio fanboy. I've owned practically all of their microphones in the past, sometimes at the same time. And I've done shootouts on them in the past as well. Well, they reached out to me via Guitar Center. And you've never seen these mics before, you've never heard them. I'm working on my own music, pre-production of that music. So it's me with a drummer recording. First time we've ever met, first time we ever played together. So it's not like super high quality stuff, but it's interesting. So please like, share, subscribe. Circle of Tone spins its wheels. Look at this. I can hardly play now. My phone, and I can play like a motherfucker.